You can enroll into my Udemy course on C# Basics with .NET Core for Beginners. It is the most in-depth course with live coding and practical assignments in every topic. This course has almost 27.5 hours of on-demand video, 44 downloadable resources, and it comes with a real-life project in C#. The link to this course is, and this course link is given in the description box below. In this lecture, we are going to discuss a new keyword, the var keyword. Var keyword is useful for validating user input in C#. Now let's understand what is var keyword. It is used to declare implicit type variables in C#. So far, we were declaring variables using data types like int, float, double, decimal, etc. Those variables which are declared using a .NET data type are called as explicit type variables. So always an explicit type variable is declared using a data type in C#. Consider this variable declaration using int as the data type, int x. So x is an explicit variable because x is declared using a .NET data type int. Whereas if you declare a variable using the keyword var, for example var y, here we have not used any .NET data type. So if you are not using any .NET data type to declare a variable, and instead if you are using the var keyword, that kind of variables are called as implicit type variables. Actually, what is the meaning of implicit type variable? In an implicit variable, we can store any type of data. If you look into this declaration of an implicit variable, var age value equal console.readline, you will be able to enter any type of data through keyboard, maybe a string value, maybe an integer value, any type of value. That value can be stored into the variable age value because it is declared as var. Var type variable can store any type of value. That is the real meaning of implicit type variable. We are not specifying that I want to store this type of data. No, that is not specified using var type. That's why it can accept any type of data. Now there is one condition. The compiler determines the type of an implicit variable at runtime depending on the value stored in it. At the time of declaration, we are not specifying any data type. But when you run, suppose you are entering a numerical data in response to this console.readline, then at that time, the value that is passed into age value variable is integer type data. Since we are storing integer type data at runtime, the variable will be considered as integer type at that time when you run the application. If you enter a string type value, when you run this application, then the variable age value will be considered as string type. That means a variable declared using var type can take any form of data at the time of running the application, and based on that data, the data type of the variable will be considered at runtime of the application. Now the next thing is, a var type variable needs to be initialized in order to be declared. At the time of declaration itself, we need to assign a value or initialize a value into a var type variable. That is what is done over here. On the right hand side, we are reading some data and we are initializing the var type variable. Now, this concept of implicit variable was introduced in C# 3.0. It is not actually designed to replace the normal variables. Normal variables have their own role in C# programming, but at some time, in some special situations, we will be using the var type variable. When we validate user input, we may be using var type variable in some situations. That we will see when we develop a console application to demonstrate validation of user input.